Rudd, back when he was Prime Minister, said he believed in a big Australia. Then opposition leader Malcolm Turnbull said he welcomed a larger population as long as there was the infrastructure to sustain it. The latest Bureau of Statistics population figures are in, and they show that big Australia is creeping up on us. In 2015-16, Australia grew by more than 330,000 people. The Greater Sydney area absorbed another 82,000 people, pushing the population there over the 5 million mark. Melbourne is catching up, though, with 4.6 million people, and it's also growing the fastest at 2.4%. The third biggest city, Brisbane, increased by 1.8% and has about 2.4 million people. Peter Martin, we'll go to you. What are the economic arguments for a big Australia? Should we relax and think more people means more prosperity?
More people does mean more prosperity. Oh, I'm getting all of these Twitter complaints already. But this has proved to be the case. We have a real problem, though, which is that ideally we'd create a new city, and I don't think we're able to anymore. We created this one, Canberra, but we haven't created one from scratch since.
Best city in Australia, I'd say.
It is. I think. It's a question of where you put the people. And we know that when people are in the centre of cities, when they work in the centre, that's where the high-value jobs are. That's where the contribution to GDP is. Now, people talk about putting people in Geelong or Newcastle or having them living there and then going in. It's very messy. It's very difficult to go in a long distance, especially if you've got children or one partner works there, the other doesn't. The only answer, I think, to where to fit these people so they are productive...
Out the back at your place. No.
Well, that's it. And it's a very unpopular measure.
Yes.
It's infill. It's taking those suburbs and turning one house into 2 or 3, and all of the people like me, like you, Ellen, say the not in my backyard people say, oh no, we couldn't possibly do that. That's what we're going to have to do. I've racked my brain. I can't think of
Peter,
another place to put these people who will make us richer.
Not that complicated.
So I just have to share a joke with you. No. Saul Eslake said the other day that there's too many bananas in Australia. Build absolutely nothing anywhere near anyone. Bananas.
Or near me.
Or particularly near Peter, and indeed, near me.
I think we've made it too complicated.
With an ageing population, do we need more people in Australia?
Of course we do. And I think the other thing is that there is lots of, you can walk and chew gum at the same time. What we're seeing in examples like the Greater Sydney Commission that was created is a way of looking at social aspects to create new communities and grow communities. I think that all we have to do is say we're going to make the investment and people will come. And I know certainly when we go around the state of New South Wales to our members and you visit a town like Orange, there's this real willingness from community to say, how do we actually rejuvenate this place? I think it's a lot of low-hanging fruit, and I think we're overthinking it. I think we just need to start looking at some creative ways to grow what's already there. And yeah, you can come in my backyard too.
But it's great, and I think population growth is, it's happening, and it's wonderful. But I think we have to be mindful in terms of planning, the available infrastructure, jobs, opportunities, because what we're going to see is a huge division, and I think because we have
division between whom and whom?
I think the division between, those who've got the haves and have-nots, but also a division in our community, which Australia is a very culturally diverse society, right? More than a quarter of our population are born overseas. And
28% as of the figures this week.
Yeah. Well, 28%, there you go. So therefore, but from that point alone, we have not actually explained the need for population growth because of the ageing population.
Because we dare not speak about this.
Well,
do you remember Kevin Rudd spoke about big Australia, didn't he, Peter? And just about bit his tongue afterwards when everyone said you can't talk about that.
And we have people like Dick Smith is saying no, but the thing is, no is not good because I think Japan is the country that has no population growth. But they've got huge ageing population and they're kind of shrinking. So therefore, we don't want to go down that path. But when we're growing so fast, we've got to make sure that we carry the people and telling the people why there's a need for that growth, and there's proper planning. For instance, at Fairfield City Council, we're at the moment experiencing 5,000 people being brought to faithful LGA, no infrastructure planning whatsoever. Yeah. What we're going to do? So our council have asked for a fast train, for instance, in proposing a fast train for the area, because how are we going to commute?
Which is the point. The Greater Sydney Commission looks at the whole picture, and that's the thing. And I think we're probably asking the wrong question. The question is about making sure we have diverse communities, inclusive communities, and communities where key workers, people on low incomes, people on high incomes can all live together, because we are going to grow. Australia's massive. Bring them in.
Look, can I make the point that it is, which both of you have made, it is going to happen.
Indeed.
What are you going to do? Are you going to stop people having children? Are you going to make sure that people die earlier? Because we're not. Are you going to stop immigration? Yes. Well, we have an open border with New Zealand. If the conditions are right, they'll come in.
That's
and
right.
if they're not right, they won't. Yeah. You can't control the population size. You can just work out what to do with it. And all of these people who argue for a small Australia,
Peter,
it's not going to happen.
Don't say you can't control on air.
All right, a lively discussion. There's more to come. Stay with us. You're watching The Drum.